and our memory. And I think that's about it from me. So like I said, you might hear from me again, certainly as a member of the workshop. And also I might pop in and out to support, but I am very excited to turn today's workshop over to Paul and LaToyah and Gamze and David. Go for it.
Afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming along. I got involved with the Theatre for Oppressed programme in December. I got an email about it and I thought that looks amazing. Let me recommend this to people. And then I thought I'll go along myself to check it out with a view to bringing someone to a session. I loved it so much. It was so much fun that I've found myself part of it now. So long may it continue. To start off, we're going to play a very simple game where we're going to each introduce ourselves and we're going to share our pronoun, a description, and our name. And we're each going to do it. We'll go round and then we'll copy each one so that we can remember each other's names. So I'll start by saying they are virtual Paul. And you can all copy me. They are virtual Paul. I'll just give you an extra bonus one with a little alter ego I developed as part of the theatre process. He is helpful Harry. He is helpful Harry. I forgot to say, when you're copying, come off mute. Don't worry, we'll just all throw our voices in there. So, okay, so who's going to go next? David. Right.
Okay, hi. Let me get this right. He is devious David. Is that right?
Yep, he is devious
David.
That's it. So whoever wants to go next now, we'll just work all the way around, try and remember each other's one. Fire away.
She is loud LaToyah.
She
is loud LaToyah.
She is glorious Gamze.
She is
glorious Gamze.
Joe?
She is arty Joe.
She is arty Joe.
Troy.
Irene, if you just unmute yourself.
She is intellectual Irene.
She is intellectual
Irene.
Anyone want to go next? Oh, go on, Troy.
He is singing Detroit.
He is singing Detroit.
She is lovely Lisa.
She is lovely Lisa.
Maria or Priyanka?
Yeah. She is focused Priyanka.
She
is focused Priyanka.
All right, I'll give it a go. She is calm Katie.
She is
on
Katie.
Katie.
She is comedic Celeste.
She
She is comedic Celeste.
Maria or Ruth, would you like to go? We could just hear you and not see you if you like.
Maria
Hiya.
is very annoyed that her camera is not working.
Maria is very
annoyed.
annoyed.
Her camera
Her
camera
camera
is
is
not
not
working.
working.
Okay.
Does that leave me then? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Then she is reluctant Ruth.
She
is
reluctant Ruth.
That was great. I personally feel a little bit more relaxed now anyway, so that's certainly a good start. Would anyone like to have a quick bonus round where someone checks if we have remembered the one that they offered up? So, Lisa, can anyone venture to say what one did Lisa do? Ruth?
She was lovely, Lisa.
Is that right, Lisa?
Yes.
Yeah, great. My nervousness has frozen my memories. So, but any more? No problem. Can anyone remember the one I did?
virtual.
Virtual Paul.
That's it. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks a lot. I feel like it's really great to have gone around. It's great everyone's like voiced their names and had some fun and taken part. I'm now going to pass over to Gamze, who's going to play another game. Warm us up. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone again, and I'm also so happy and excited as well being part of this project. So let's play more games. It's called opposite of Jackson. Why opposite? Because I'll tell you. So when I say shoulder, please put your hands on your shoulders. Shoulder. Right, it's simple. And when I said head, please put your hands onto your head. Yeah, head. Shoulder. Head. Shoulder. So simple. Thank you. Well done, everyone. So now the next step, I'll just swap. So whenever I said head, put your hands on the shoulders, and the opposite. Whenever I say shoulder, put your hands on your head, please. And any questions, you can always unmute yourself and please ask anything about, you can even ask my horoscope if you wish. So now, so head. Right. Head. Shoulders. Shoulders. Head. Shoulders. Shoulders. Head. Well done. Please don't bear it in your mind. Don't forget about these words because you're gonna remember soon. And now we will add another one. So whenever I say dance, please dance first. So dance. Oh, I like it. Let's keep a bit of dancing. And then whenever I say stop, stop. 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 Dance. Woo! Suddenly there is a music out of my home. Can you hear it? It's the music. Okay, and then stop. Stop. Dance. Okay, perfect. So everyone got it. Now we swap. So whenever I say dance, you stop. Whenever I say stop, you dance. Ready? Okay, stop. Yeah. Stop. Dance. Dance. Head. Shoulder. Stop. Woo! Stop. Dance. Head. Shoulder. Head. Shoulder. Shoulder. Stop. Dance. Woo, nice. Well done, everyone. But it's not finished yet. So I will add one more thing. So click, click. Yes. And then clap. Woo. Nice. So then we swap this. Whenever I say click, you clap. So click. Click. Clap. 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 Click. Click. Nice. Now we'll do all round with all 6 things. So click. Head. Dance. Stop. Dance. Stop. Dance. Shoulder. Head. Click. Stop. Dance. Stop. Shoulder. Click. Clap. Shoulder. Roots dog is barking at her. Click. Clap. Dance. Shoulder. Head. Stop. Stop, 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 stop all together. And then dance. Well done, well done. Thank you guys for your patience on me, and hopefully. So ask your reflections about that game. What was easy, or was it easy when it's getting harder? So how was it for you? You can just unmute yourself to talk.
I got confused.
David, and then after David, Lisa, you got confused. Okay.
Yeah, I think once you got comfortable, and I think the word stop provokes an immediate reaction in a lot of people because it's such a command. It's a command word. Yeah, so when you went stop, I had to think twice to actually.
So is it something that we already learned about it, right?
Yeah, it's something from, I think it's one of the first words we learn, you know, stop touching that, stop doing from babies, you know, so it's one of those words that's ingrained. So that was catchy.
Yes. So in a way we conditioned already, right? Our brain is conditioned in a way. Thank you, Lisa. And who else want to add?
I think also with dance, to be commanded to dance, and dance is something and an act I often associate with feeling free and something I always do of choice. When you say to dance, I feel, well, don't tell me to dance. So in a way it's like the stop, but it's an unwelcome command. I say this not as a plant because I've just thought of it now, but yeah, so that was also a little bit difficult.
Is it annoying as well?
Bit annoying, yeah, you know, maybe you tell me when to dance.
So it is like someone else saying something that you don't want to do, but you have to do in a way.
Yeah, or kind of the world of orders encroaching upon a space I consider, you know, a word and associations I have with me, the free me, and then a command comes into that, I suppose. So that, yeah, it's a little, I suppose, a challenge I feel right now.
Thank you very much.
Just got someone in the comments, Lisa, that says especially with no music.
Exactly, yeah. So it changed everything because we have already conditioned something to do something with something else, and so combination. So it's just match dance with music, silence with meditation. So that kind of conditionings we have, right? Yes, David, please.
It's what it done for me also. I realized I was using my imagination in a different way. So I was thinking of things differently than I usually do. So that was a bit strange, but it was kind of liberating at the same time, because I could do something that I don't usually do.
You push
That
your
makes
limits.
sense.
So it makes you to push your limits?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Thank you. So who else want to add?
Yeah, it was definitely a state of confusion, but more so when you added more words to the mix. It was trying to remember the opposites of the words and trying to get them trying to get them right. So it was a state of confusion that I was experiencing.
So all of the comments that I heard, this is a confused, difficult, annoying, programmed. So it is like a special stop comment is so clear. So it is, we all agreed in a way that our brain is already conditioned for some of the reactions and some of the comments. So do you think, where does it come from? Where did we learn it? Yeah, Lisa.
Sorry, yeah, something I forgot to add was that it demanded focus. And I liked how it demanded focus. So despite all the confusion and the being caught out every now and then, I liked how it demanded me to focus, and the more you did it, the more I got better at it.
Exactly. So and you don't have to think anywhere on your dinner or anything else about your life or bills. So you have to focus, and which means you have to be in the moment, right? And just do whatever they say to do. So yeah, thank you.
I also chip in then, what Lisa said made me think that I also enjoyed that when we were playing, I was looking at everyone else on the screen, and when we were doing the same thing, I enjoyed that we were playing the game together and getting the answers right together. That was another element that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. There is something special to doing something together at the same time. It's all over the world, I guess, even at the Zoom screen, especially during these times, we're really craving for coming together. So even we feel that feeling of coming together, so it makes us uplifted in a way, I guess. Yeah.
I think for me, I think it made it easier seeing everyone doing it. So I could remember, because I could see from the corner of my eye that, you know, someone else had quickly done head before it was supposed to have done shoulder.
Yeah, so sorry.
So those cues, I use other people as the cues as well.
So
which I guess is like collective kind of mentality.
Yeah, sharing in a community makes everything better. Could I say? I guess even a playing and anything else. So with sharing in someone else and with a community, I guess make it everything easier. So that's why we are trying to do that. So yeah, thank you very much. So generally we programmed, we feel restricted during that game a bit. Sometimes too much and a bit under pressure. But hopefully there is another way to join and enjoy a game. With my colleague LaToyah will show you if there is a way to get out of that programmed mind or maybe life, who knows. So let's follow LaToyah.
Hello everybody, hope you're feeling a bit loosened and all up for the game playing. So as Gamze just mentioned in her game, we are so used to certain words and what they mean, and we attach meanings to words. But sometimes the meanings doesn't necessarily encompass all of what the words represent. So this game I'm going to put forward to you is based on, or it's centered around this artist called René Magritte. And what he did was he painted a picture of a pipe, and it very much looked like a pipe. But in addition to the painting, he wrote underneath, "This is not a pipe." So what I wanted you to do, I'm going to give you about 15 seconds to just grab anything in your room. Example, I've got a spray can. So I'll just wait until you can find like an object. Once you found your object, just put it in the screen so I see that you have it. Great. Great. Okay, so with this game, this is a spray can, but for the purpose of this game, it is not a spray can. It's anything but a spray can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this object in a way, and I want you to guess what it would be. For example, so when you think you may know, just shout it out what you think it might be. And then from there, I want you to use your object, and then you can say, this is not whatever your object is, and then use it in a way for people to guess. And the person who guesses goes on, and from then on, yeah. So does everyone understand? Okay, so change the object again. This is not a spray can.
Hairbrush.
Oh.
Okay. I think, yeah.
Who was it?
Joe.
Oh, it was me. Okay. This is not a pencil. I don't know if this will work, but
The moustache?
I have to hold it. Yeah, I was going to try and get it won't stick.
That was Irene.
Oh, this is not a hair clip. It's right. Oh. Trying to get water. In my...
Paperclip.
Yep.
Great. Bianca, would you like to go?
This is not hand cream. It's a, oh, I don't tell you what it is, do I?
It's
Do I tell you what it is?
Squirty cream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is not a screwdriver.
Microphone.
Yeah, okay, so who was the first one to say that then? Or who would like to go next?
I think it was Ruth.
Ruth?
Okay. This is not a glass. I'm just going to check it. I haven't got any water in it. Yeah, okay. This is not a glass.
Ah.
A telescope.
Yes. Ooh.
This is not a ruler. It is a...
Tie.
Yep.
This is not a sculpture. This is...
Earring.
No.
A cotton bud.
A cotton bud?
Telephone? No.
Is it something you take a thermometer? Ear thermometer?
Ear cleaner?
Earbuds, headphones.
Ear cleaner. The ear cotton. Who said it? I didn't say.
That was me.
Please go for it.
Oh, I've done the hair clip already, didn't I? What else can I do with my hair clip? Okay. This is not a hair clip, it's a
guitar.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we've all got the route. Has anyone not been that would like to go?
This is not a pencil, it's
Aeroplane?
no.
Car.
Fly.
No.
Boat.
No.
Snake.
No.
Fish.
Worm.
Fish.
Fish. Okay. So yeah, is there anyone else that would like to go in this round?
Celeste, I think it's fun.
Okay, this is not a bottle. This is a paddle.
Okay. Would you like to pick something else, but not tell us what it is?
Okay, I thought because I was the last one that you might not want to guess. Okay.
One more.
Okay, this is not a bottle. This is a
roller, curler, hair curler.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do one more round, and I want you to think of something that's completely opposite. It's completely opposite to your object. It's quite ludicrous. It's try and get people to think about something that's completely alien from what you have in your hand. Okay, so I'm going to start it off. This is not a spray can. It's a
Wait.
Oh,
A seesaw.
Wait.
I think someone said it.
A seesaw.
Wait.
No.
steering wheel.
Yes. Okay.
Someone else said it before. I think someone else said it before.
Who said it first?
Oh, that's me.
I said car, but I don't know if that's. I
Because
don't know if someone else. I mean, that's what I was thinking of, but.
I said steering wheel, but yeah.
Oh well, then Irene should do it.
Okay, this is not a hair clip. This is
A knife.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now I actually haven't thought of something.
Would you like us to come back? Or?
Yeah, I might need a minute.
Okay.
This is not a ruler. It is a.
No.
It's an elephant trunk.
Yeah. I thought it'd take a little while longer than that to get it. Well done.
This is not a screwdriver. This is
Needle
A needle.
Okay, so who called that?
I did, but I also didn't think of mine, so maybe Ruth can.
I still haven't.
Okay. Does anyone have an idea ready?
This is not a pencil. It's
A spade. A trowel.
A shovel.
no.
A mountain.
A floating leaf.
No.
A bird.
No. Nearly got it.
A bee.
No.
An aeroplane.
A well?
No.
No.
Parachute.
A flying dinosaur.
No.
Boat.
Yeah.
Oh, boat.
The boat.
This isn't a pencil either. It is. You'll never get this.
Eyebrows.
Close.
A hat.
I'll do this. Maybe that will help.
Glasses.
Glasses frame.
Pair of glasses. Yeah.
Right. This is not a stick of incense. It's
Mascara brush.
Mascara.
Great.
Awesome.
Anyone who would like to go got something ready?
This
Gamze?
is, yes, this is not a sculpture. This is
Magnifying glass.
Magnifying.
right.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. This is not hand cream. This is
paintbrush.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
This
so,
is okay.
okay.
Dropped it.
I can go. I can do one. All right. This is not a water bottle. This is. Oh, I thought I was ready. Okay. This is not a water bottle. This is.
A toothbrush.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I think I might finally have got one. This is not a glass. This is.
Shower head.
Oh.
Well done. Everyone give yourselves a round of applause. Really good imagination going there. Great. So how did everyone feel about playing that game? How did everyone feel about playing that game?
It was our choice what we chose the object to be. Nobody told us what it needed to be.
How did you like that, or was it a bit?
Yeah, no, it was good.
I liked the use of the imagination and the encouragement to think of imagination, to identify other people's imagination, basically.
Was it easy to think of the objects that you came up with?
In the first round, yes, but
Yeah.
when it out of blue alien thing and so what shit can I think? So we all, I guess, a bit difficult to find in the second round, I guess, for me at least.
Yeah, same. Second time was more difficult. I don't know why.
Was it difficult to imagine the object or to guess the object?
To think of another, well, to imagine, not so difficult to guess other people's, but to think of what to do as, another one. Especially more different, something even more different.
I found it a bit harder because there was a bit of a pressure to make it really different. So I have to make it really different, and then you put that pressure on yourself, so you kind of take time to figure it out.
Interesting. So bearing that in mind, so going back to the artist, Marguerite, why do you think he may have said this is not a pipe under the image of a pipe? What do you think his intentions may have been?
To draw attention to the fact that it's a painting and it's not a, representation of a thing, to sort of make people think about that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
To encourage alternative thinking, to encourage making it your own, making a symbol your own.
That's interesting. What do you mean by making it your own, if you don't
Well,
mind?
Well, art is subjective, isn't it? And anything that's designed, everything that we use in this world is art because it has been designed for use. So therefore, each thing that we have in this world can be subjective to our own interpretation. That word. Sorry, I've got tongue twist going on. Interpretation of that object, because as I said, each object is a piece of art in itself.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else would like to try and hazard a guess as to why Marguerite may have?
I think also very often our lived experiences, we are surrounded by objects which have their meaning pre-assigned. And I suppose part of that art, there's an invitation to me to say, okay, I can decide what this item is at this particular point in time. I may not have the power to consolidate that meaning and reinforce that meaning for better, for worse, but I certainly have got the right to decide what that is at that particular point in time. And I think for me, that's a really useful thing to keep in my own mind, that it's not entirely, it's often a good guide how the thing is described, particularly if it's got a use value or a utilitarian value. But fundamentally, it's not actually intrinsically what someone has said it is. That's open to interpretation, like Lisa said.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Paul, because that's exactly what the game is about, is to get you thinking about words and how the representation or the word may not necessarily be what they represent, or it could just be the surface of what they represent, which also applies to things that oppress us or ways systems of oppression. With that in mind, I'm going to pass you on to my colleague, David, who's going to take you through and guide you through the next game.
Right. Hi, guys. Firstly, are we all having fun? Are we okay? We are. Good. So I can carry on then. So firstly, I'd like to personally thank everyone for coming, as it is our first time, because you're giving us an opportunity to practice what we've learned so far. And also, it's an opportunity for us to give you a taste as the legislative theatre. And hopefully help you to, or inspire you to inquire more about it and to come along to our performance, which we have on Monday, 29th. So, having said that, we are going to play a game called the image of the word. So we are going to have a word and we are going to form an image to that word with our physicality, with our expression and our body. So to give an example as to how we do that, I'm going to ask LaToyah, Paul and Gamze to give an example. So I'm going to think of a word, a basic word, and they're going to express that word with their physicality or give an image to the word. So, birthday. When you had a surprise birthday party, can you give me an image to that experience? I'm going to count to 3 and you're going to give me that image. Are we ready? Right. 1, 2, 3. Right. We can see 3 different images to the same word. That's cool. Can anyone tell me what they are seeing in any of these images?
I see surprise. Shock.
You see what?
One surprise, one shock.
Surprise.
One's that, yeah, look at me, I think.
Yeah, delight.
Delight. Delight.
Yeah, delightful, that's the word.
Impulse one. I think it's more he's in shock of what for me? This is for me?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the attention towards him, because obviously he doesn't get so much attention. So he's getting some now, yeah?
Yeah. That's how I feel, like he's in shock of someone doing something so nice for himself.
Yeah.
Right. Shock. Right. Anyone else?
I think LaToyah's saying, is this really mine?
Right. So that's a bit of a shock. It's more that shock again, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of attention. Right. What about Gamze? Sorry, I keep saying that.
Gamze is wow.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a surprise again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
For me personally, I don't agree with Irene's perspective of LaToyah, funny enough, just to throw it in there. From my point of view, her expression gives that, oh guys, what? So yeah, it's surprise, but it's not the same way that Irene described it for me.
Right. And can Irene remind us what was your description?
Oh, is that really for me?
Right.
Right. Yeah, that.
Well, that's interesting, because it's like it's one image and we've got 2 different perspectives. And actually both of them can be right. So that's opening up into interpretation, isn't it? And nobody's wrong.
No.
So that's an interesting fact. Okay, you can release yourself, sorry. So we're going to carry on with this game. But
I was right, David, I decided to be a GIF.
Pardon, Paul?
I hope it's okay. I decided to be a GIF image. You know, when the images that move a little bit.
Oh, okay, right.
Was that allowed?
I get the joke now. Sorry.
Was I allowed to do it?
Yeah, you were. I'm a bit slow. So excuse me. So we're going to carry on, and we're going to do some more images, and I would like our guests to do some as well. But we're going to use particular words that came up in our conversations based on the images that we've done. So one word which came up quite a bit was confusion. So can everybody, on the count of 3, do confusion? And what we'll do, if you can stay as still as you can, and we'll comment on each other's images and see what comes up. Is that okay, everyone? Yeah, right. Okay, so confusion on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Some of them are very similar, actually, but I can see what everybody is confused about, so to speak, that you all look confused. Does anybody else want to comment on what each other are doing? Does anybody want to say anything? Go on, LaToyah, thank you. What do you see? You're muted.
Right. There's a lot of people touching their heads and associating confusion with their mind.
Right. Because obviously that's where confusion comes from. It comes from the head area, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So everybody like focuses on that area.
At least that's where it's from.
Yeah. Well, so we say. Anyone else? Oh, Ruth, you're muted, Ruth. Yeah, thank you.
I was quite surprised by how many different versions of confused there were, because when I did mine, I just thought probably everyone will do that, but actually there's quite a lot of variety.
Right.
And I feel like Katie's, which is, there's also for me that has also like panic, a certain amount of panic in the confusion as well.
Right.
So there's kind of a combination.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when you said that, I immediately started thinking about times that I've been confused in the last year. And then like I was thinking about the government and their communications about the last year. And then I saw Detroit and it looks like he's on the phone, or I thought he's on the phone, like getting some confusing message. So I don't know. I feel like there could be a scene right there, like getting some confusing message from some council office or something. That's where I was like, I'm so frustrated. I keep getting.
Right. And then I noticed Lisa's and Celeste's are very similar, even though their hands are in different places. It's a very similar. Does anybody agree or disagree with what I'm saying there? They look similar. And it's amazing what Ruth said, that even though it's confusion and we are all giving our own perspectives, so they're going to be different. And what's good is that we all can agree that they're all confused, even though they're seen from different perspectives. So that's interesting. All right, everyone can let go, be free for a couple of seconds. Right, another.
I think Joe has something to say too. I was
sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, Joe, I didn't see you. Sorry.
Okay. No, I was just going to say it's interesting that some of them look really kind of stressed and negative, but others are more sort of thoughtful. Like, so with some people you get the idea of like, well, there's a solution to this, let's think about it carefully, whereas other people, like I know myself, was like, oh no, confusion.
Right.
So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's have another word. One word that did come up a lot was surprise. Because and when you think about it, in the last year, what's been happening, we've all been surprised and continually surprised with the news that's been ensuing. So I count to 3, and can we see these different versions of surprise? Because surprise can be happy and it can be sad as well, but it's up to you. So 1, 2, 3. Wow, I can see all these mouths, gobsmacked, protruding eyes. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mouths. 1 on the chest, the heart. Katie's face. You can see Irene, her hands. Ruth's laughing, or she's not. She is. She's laughing in surprise. So is Joe. Joe's got a happy surprise. Paul's touching his head.
Hope you're sharing that lottery win.
Yeah. Does anybody else? What can anybody else see?
Paul's surprise is almost a little bit like stressy.
Right. A stressy surprise.
I think David primed me when he was saying about government announcements, and I thought,
right.
And then I thought, what's the last surprise? I was like, oh no, not now. This as well.
Right.
That's kind of where. So yeah, you caught it quite right, Lisa.
I love
LaToyah's surprise.
Look. Yes.
I like LaToyah's look.
Yes.
I think Joe's looks so cool. I want to be where I want whatever Joe's surprise has got.
Yeah,
I want
me too.
that.
Yeah. Any other ones? Okay, I can let you unfreeze, so to speak. One word that did come up was in the games that we played previously was commanding, and it was almost like commanding to think in a particular way. That came out of the game. So can we use that word? So I'll count to 3, and
What word? Sorry, David.
Command.
I didn't catch command.
The word command, because that word came up a bit from the games, especially the opposite game.
Maybe.
And
can I chime in?
yeah.
Can I think? Maybe we can say thinking of a person or a place in which where you get commanded.
Right.
Right. A situation in which you are feeling like you receive commands. Can we try that? What do you think, David?
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Perfect. Okay, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Fear, salute, point, submission, writing it down, stress. Right, can we have some comments or reflections on these looks, please? Does anybody like to say something? Go on.
There's a mixture of people that are giving the command and receiving the command. You can tell the different emotions that come out from that.
Yeah, it's quite obvious, isn't it? Yeah.
And
Detroit.
Sorry.
No, go.
Detroit and LaToyah's is almost the same, more or less. So it's like they're in the same place and same situation.
And Katie's.
I see, like you said, but I see some military or something that feels military or policing. And that gesture that Detroit and LaToyah were doing feels like that poster that they have in America, right? Where it's like Uncle Sam wants you. And then and it's like, I don't know, it's like that slippery slope of command where it's like we're pretending it's a compliment, but really it's just a command or something. Like I picked you, or I don't know, picking you out, something.
I think Irene's one. The first thing I thought Irene was saying, hang on a minute. When it's giving a command, you're like, hang on a minute.
I hear you.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I'll let you go there. Let's just do one more. I'm thinking of, one lovely word that came up was togetherness. Was, being together in any form, so to speak, especially in thought and in decision. So can we have one with everyone? The count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's lovely. They're all nice. Wow, look at these faces. Everyone look. Can I have some comments, please?
Love.
Big hugs.
Love, hugs. Obeisances.
Everyone seems happy with the nation of and unity.
I see the 5 more people exactly posing like me, so it's 6 people almost the same. Wow.
We're all missing hugs.
There's a lot of physical touch in this one as well.
Yeah.
With something, but ourselves, because we're on our own. So,
yeah. For the last year, yesterday. Think about it.
Is Paul praying for a hug, or is he?
I'm celebrating all the hugs that I get, luckily.
Okay, lovely. All right, I'll let you go. One more, because I just thought of this, because it was a year yesterday when we had lockdown in England was announced. So let's have a response to that, because like different things have happened. Some people have made more money, some people have lost money, some people have lost people. So many things have happened to so many different people. So let's have a response to lockdown. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Hands in the head. Most of these are expressed with the hands. Anybody wants to comment? What do they see?
Katie's is mind-blowing. I feel that her expression says, my mind is blown from the fact that we're 365 days in lockdown. Most of them we're still in lockdown. Like that's a mind-blowing realization.
Yeah, wow.
I feel like, I'm sorry.
Go on, LaToyah.
I was going to say, I feel like even though Gamze's hands are closed and Katie's hands are wide, I feel like they're quite similar in the sense that they're trying to block out the world and just trying to, I don't know, they're just kind of trying to focus on or get away from it all, or just block away the world and just centering around their face, just what's belonging to that area.
And Celeste is just like, oh no.
Can we add sounds to these images to see what else?
Yes, that's a good idea. Let's put some sounds to those. Shall we go consecutively or shall we do them all together? Let's do them consecutively and finish up. Yeah, is that all right? So can you start, LaToyah? Your word to that image.
I'm going to sound and it goes.
Right. Gamze, would you like to do yours? Paul, can we hear yours?
No.
No. Priyanka, can we hear yours? Katie, can we hear yours? Ruth, can we hear yours?
I think mine would be just blubbing, and I can't really manufacture that sound without actually blubbing.
Lisa, can we have yours? Celeste? Okay, I can't do that one. I should though. Was that right? Joe, can we have your sound?
I was just like here we go again. Oh,
yeah. And Detroit. No sound. Would you like to do a sound to that image, please?
Yeah.
Right, I get it. Everybody can relax. Thank you for that. That was really good. So can anyone tell me how they felt about that, or what that done for them, or what did they see?
To be honest, I see, I not where I feel, because just before the lockdown, I lost an opportunity for my amazing job, and I haven't worked in over a year now, and I'm really in the as you could as they would say, and it's been really hard to even express myself. So as you can see from my
expression,
it's been crazy.
Right. Okay. More precisely, what did anybody feel from the images, or what did the images? How did that affect
frustration
you as an individual? Sorry, did somebody say something?
Yeah, frustration.
Right.
Actually, sorry, I need to go. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit late.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Nice meeting you guys.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Detroit.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. So Lisa, what was you saying? Sorry, you felt frustration, did you say?
Yeah, frustration.
From that last image, or what the image is done in generally?
No, from that last image, I saw a lot of frustration in a lot of the images.
Right. So, like on all the subject matters or all the words that we gave, what can anyone tell me how they feel the image expressed the word?
I see Joe had something. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna.
Sorry.
That's okay. I was just gonna say despair. Like there was a lot of despair as well, frustration and despair. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Because that's the thing about images, isn't it? Because sometimes we interpret words, but then if you do an image, there's no words and it's more applicable to the mass, if that makes sense. Anyone else? Katie, do you want to like elaborate what I've just been saying, or the game that we've just played?
Well, LaToyah was gonna. I think LaToyah was gonna say something.
Oh, sorry, LaToyah.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna say a lot of. I guess it's for everyone too, but a lot of the images were quite similar and just kind of exaggerated versions of what I feel or have been feeling. And yeah, I guess it's again going back to the collective. It's what everyone's kind of feeling, because we're all going through this moment in time and receptors of the same imagery and sound.
Right. And actually that's how, because as you know, we have a performance on Monday, and this was one of the games which helped us depict the scenes that we wanted to portray. So what we've done here, you could see we could actually develop different scenes, couldn't we? Because they're expression of different moods and have a narrative that goes through all of these scenes. And I think the games help do that in general.
Yeah.
But let me hand myself over to Katie to take over the floor, please. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, David. And exactly as you say, I mean, we started to think about examples and stories, right? And we started to share actual things that have happened from lockdown, or that those feelings of frustration and despair and where they came from. And those stories, as David said, are what we start to use to build a play, a collective expression of what's going on, right? So that's exactly how we developed a play that we're going to share. And I saw some of us were starting to think about what images looked similar or reminded us, or wow, there's some communication going on between Lisa and Celeste's images, or right, maybe they come from the same family of images, or this, right? And wow, maybe there's something in our experience of lockdown that has been similar. Or wow, I see something in common that, as David says, I couldn't express in another way. And we can start to think about what have been those experiences, and maybe what are ways that we feel stuck in those experiences. To go back to the first game, what are ways that we feel like we're only allowed to respond in one way? You know, Irene said that beautiful thing about in the beginning of just after the Magritte game, that just the ability to choose what we were going to turn our object into was different. Right? You know, it was like, just that I don't even get that opportunity. So what we started to do here today is to think about what are those ways in which we are stuck and conditioned, like Gamze said. And then we saw, right, that we can actually imagine something different. We can choose something different. And we can find out what our shared experiences of oppression or frustration or whatever those challenges are that we then want to theatricalize, like we just started to theatricalize here. So we can take a little bit of time if we want to actually think about some of those stories together before we leave here today. But we can do that as we would in a workshop in breakout rooms. But I want to stop talking and just again open up to everybody to kind of think about what we've done so far and ask any questions, or how is this striking you in terms of a process that can start getting people towards this kind of conversation. Any thoughts or questions from anybody who's joining us?
I was just thinking about the question when people ask you kind of how's lockdown been, and usually we use words to kind of hide, well, not hide the fact that it's been horrifying for many reasons, and we keep going and all of those kind of words come out. But actually, when you see the image, all of us kind of just went, no, I don't want to deal with it. No, no, no. So there's no words. So to just see it as an image was more of a true reflection than rather me saying, I tried to do this and I tried, when really I just wanted to hide. So it felt more honest. The images felt more honest, which was new. I've never seen it like that before. So yeah.
I agree.
And I think within forum theatre, there's an actual technique called image theatre, where they give a narrative just using images.
Yeah.
Is that right, Katie?
Yeah, maybe we can play with that for a few minutes before we're done today. But I think Lisa was gonna jump in. Go ahead.
I was going to basically add to what Priyanka just said regarding that. Sorry, my thought thread went because I was listening to David, and so Priyanka just spoke about when we were asked, how are you doing with lockdown? That's it. I wanted to say that no truer time for we're in it together. That phrase, the reflection of that phrase was no truer than when we saw what we saw on screen. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, excuse my lack of vocabulary this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Ruth.
Yeah, I just wanted to agree strongly with what Lisa said, and I felt that was a moment of real connection, and I know that everyone's experience will be, there'll be so many differences between people's experiences, but I think, everybody has experienced loss in one way or another, and to a greater or lesser degree, and different people cope in different ways. But I think that was a real moment of feeling connected.
Yeah, so a way to see the connections that we maybe don't see when we hide the things with our words. I definitely do the same thing, Priyanka, right? I'm just like, oh yeah, pulling through, when really there's all this other stuff going on. And what a different way to communicate about that. Yeah, LaToyah.
I was just going to say that it's just almost like another version of the homage to Marguerite. So but reverse. So we were taking a word and we're told to interpret it by an image. So whereas it was an image, and with the homage to Marguerite, it says this is not what the image says. We kind of reinterpreted the word that David put forward to us. And as we could see, there were so many different interpretations of that word, but we all kind of interpreted it in a similar way, but to our own experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. Any other thoughts about that?
And that's what solidarity is, isn't it, Kate? When we all agree on the experience, that's when we can actually make a change in a community sense. That's when people do change, when they all have that similar experience.
Yeah, so I think we can improvise for a few minutes now, if everyone is up for it, just because there's so much energy around that idea of those experiences of frustration in lockdown that are hard to share, and that might be related to the kinds of systems and rules and government and media that we've been mentioning, that are, giving us the rules, telling us stop means stop, and there's no opportunity to think otherwise, or say what we need, or whatever that is. So I'm gonna invite us to go into rooms for a few minutes with a couple other people. In a moment, we'll make our images again to remember. And then in those rooms, you can think about, was there something in my mind in that expression of lockdown? Was there some specific example, one moment of that feeling in particular, or one specific challenge? And if you want to share it or any part of it with the other people in your group, you can, no pressure. But if you want to share it, you can. And then in your group, you could think, if we were going to tell a story of a challenge or a problem that a person had in lockdown. We don't have to say whose problem it is. And actually, we won't use any words, right? Because today is all about that images and going before words, deeper than words. Could you tell the story of that problem, the beginning, middle, and end, in 3 images? So I'll show you what I mean just myself by 3 images of a story. This is like an example, not actually probably what we'll be talking about in lockdown. You never know, but here's an image of a story. So beginning, middle, end. So what do you think happened in my story?
Life felt like a road crash.
Or life felt like a road crash, or I was having a road crash. One or the other. Yes. Beginning, middle, and end. So if we'll go into groups in a moment, just any groups, and just anyone wants to say, what is some example of something that felt that way of your image during lockdown? Some challenge, something that was frustrating, something that's difficult. And as a group, you can choose one of those stories or just illustrate one of them with a beginning, middle, and end all together. You think we can do that? We can take about 10 minutes to do that and show each other some scenes. And as David said, as everyone said, that will give us a guide to how we use these tools to start sharing stories, finding that group solidarity, and bringing things to other people that are things that we want to change. So let's just imagine, what is the let's go back to that lockdown image, or you can do a new lockdown image if you want, but we'll say lockdown image just to get back in the zone. 3, 2, 1, image. And while you're in the image, think about, oh, is there one example, one time I can think of when I was having a challenge, or I was getting confusing information, or I couldn't get what I needed, or something wasn't going right. I was blocked in some way in this lockdown. I couldn't get what I needed. Think about that. And release your image. And we'll go into rooms for a few minutes. We'll go into 4 rooms. And like I said, no pressure to tell your example, but if you would like to tell an example, your group can come up with 3 images to illustrate that. Does that feel possible? Does that feel clear? Yeah? All right, let's give it a go. So you can go now into the rooms and we can all go. And we'll have about 7 or 8 minutes in the rooms.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm really sorry.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a really great session.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we'll see you soon. Come on Monday if you're able to.
I am gonna come here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Celeste. Bye-bye.
So, and until that's not the case, then things may change.
Yes, that's so good. Hi, we met.
Do one of you want to lead this last bit that we're just improvising on? So just kind of asking each group at a time to share their images, holding image number 1, number 2.
Yep.
And then asking people what they see.
How many groups are there?
There's 3 other groups other than you, so it won't take that long.
Okay.
And you can ask them, we can say what we see or what it means to us. The group can say their story or not. We don't have to know what it actually was, right? So
sure.
If they want to say what they were thinking of, they can, but they don't have to. It's just about beginning to see how stories work. And that's great. You want to do that?
Absolutely. How do you want to play it, Gamze? What sort of do you want to do?
You can start and I can follow because
Oh, it was 4.
wow.
All right. So I'll let you'll pick it up when everyone comes back, yeah?
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Did you all manage to make it to the breakout rooms and get with your groups?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to take you through this bit with Gamze, and we are going to ask that there's 3 groups. The first group, I don't know if anyone wants to call out and say who's the first groups. We've not numbered you in any way. Priyanka, who was in your group?
Yeah, I think I don't know if we were room 1, but David and Joe.
So Priyanka, David and Joe, would you be happy to share your images with us? And then we're going to have a little guess about what it's all about, and then you're going to do the big reveal.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone have any reflections? What did you see?
Fear.
Pardon, Lisa?
Fear.
Yeah. Was that all the way through, running all the way through? Or?
No, starting from fear, then confusion, and then stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made me think of being afraid of losing something, whether it was a job or a person, or being afraid of getting ill maybe, and then like getting so much different information, and then, you know, I don't know what that feeling was. Either I'm overwhelmed or I give up or something. So it was afraid of what's to come that they're threatening, and then whoa, something, I don't know what it was, but something like that I felt.
Yeah, I feel also so deep emotions, so deep, dark, pressed, but also so powerful images, more powerful than words. So wow.
I really strongly related to the image Joe had shared with the sort of fast-moving, frantic desire to, for me, I read that as a frantic desire to grasp some control of life and the situation. It reminded me very vividly of a day similar type, roundabouts now last year, where I was so scared of being locked in, sort of being locked into my house, that I sort of just went out and was frantically thinking, right, what can I do to give myself some social purpose outdoors? I went and signed up for things, I went and helped people, but it was just fear and frantic, and my sort of frantic fear was sort of putting on a hero hat of some kind. But so it really reminded me of that sort of frantic fear. Yeah. Any more comments?
As you said about the Joe's movement, fast movements, and then it finished with Priyanka's thing. It's just, okay, I can't do anything, and I just gave up. So I love, it's like a same story in different phases for me when I watch these. Yeah.
Wonderful. So can you share with us, are we on the ball? What's each of you saying with your movement image?
Well,
as much as you want to, yeah.
If you want
Right,
to,
yeah.
you don't have to.
Right. What was interesting was they were our own stories. And then what we did, we gave a narrative to it. So we didn't just use one person's story in the narrative. We used all of the thoughts that came up and then put it in a narrative. Does anybody else want to say anything? Joe?
Yeah, it's basically you kind of pretty much worked it out. It was starting from extreme fear to kind of disruption and confusion and then overwhelm. So it was like, it wasn't like a story as such, but more, well, things I guess everyone has experienced. But yeah.
It was like our individual, that's what we chose, but then also realized that probably a lot of people have felt all of those things. So we kind of just meshed them together.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
That certainly at the least had an effect on me for sure. Thank you very much. Now the group 2 would be then
And we ask, thank you very much, Paul.
Sorry, Gamze. Over to you.
I would like to ask Lisa, which group are you in? Can you show our group's images? So with Irene, Lisa, and
Maria. And Maria.
And Maria. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, it will be interesting with Maria's voice. Can you talk, Maria? Can you?
I will try.
Oh, perfect. Oh, it's a nice try. Well, so thank you very much. So please, when you just be ready. When I'll count for 3, so you can get in your role. So just take a deep breath in and out, and it's your. Okay.
Yeah, we sort of came up with amalgamation of ours. So, you ready, Irene?
Yes. This is simultaneously images. Wow, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much. So before I talk, what did you see? Who wants to share? And it was fast. Maybe we can ask again to do it again for the others as well. Is it better for yes.
Yeah,
Ruth
do
said
it
also
one
yes.
more time
So,
for us.
yeah, can we do one more time, please, for us? Thank you. Thank you very much. So what did you see?
I saw pulling out the hair almost like real stress. Damn.
Like you're at the end of your tether, ready to explode. It's just loads of emotions going out you can't quite get the grips of.
Even yeah, please, Joe, go for it.
I was just going to say, I saw it sort of moved through to almost kind of like acceptance of like, oh, now again kind of thing. So from kind of like this can't be happening through to kind of almost, I feel like personally, it's like you almost like you start to accept the situation we're in, and that's kind of almost more worrying than anything, because it's like, it's so unreal, you know, it's so not how we should live. And yeah, so that I felt that from yours. I don't know if it was in there, but that's what I thought.
And even when repetition, when they do same image together, then it makes it stronger, right? As a feeling when I see it, I felt it. Phew, wow. And also I really add voices as well, so it makes it more. Oh God.
Yeah, I was going to say the sound effects really.
Please, Priyanka.
Really helped the sound really just make you believe it more. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So who else wants to add anything, if possible?
It made me think of the physical pain of I felt this year, the physical effects of the emotional state. Like, this is giving, I actually have a headache, which I feel like I've had a headache. So, you know, this headache, and then this like the what it's doing to our bodies to be in this state of frustration and confusion. And so I don't know, I felt that in the images too. Feeling unwell, even from not illness or from illness.
And I'm fascinated all the time. It's more powerful images without any words. When you talk, it's not so much, and when the words doesn't really resonate or just go through the other, but the image, so effective. I really love it. So would you like to share, Maria, Irene, Lisa, your stories or anything about the image? But you don't have to, for sure. So anything you want to share, please, you're welcome.
Maria, do you want to?
Okay. Mainly, I was talking about the where we were doing face-to-face activities with young people, and obviously we had to suspend all our face-to-face, and the challenges were having a new way of working online, and not all young people like that. So from having a high number of young people attendance, the number went really very, very low.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can identify with that too.
So what we found is that actually our combination of our story had a running theme through. So we decided to reflect our stories with those images because they had a bit of a running theme, didn't they, Irene?
Yeah.
To all three of us, we had some sort of different story, but same sort of challenge to our.
Exactly.
Which all involved the online world.
And even some of us, because of they don't really know technology, like me, I'm not a tech person at all, and now all my work is going through Zoom. It's such a frustration, right? And you have to do that. Yeah. And wow, it's such a challenge for all of us. I mean, most of us.
But the challenge is trying to engage people that have never used technology, that don't even own a mobile phone. How do you continue supporting and working with them? Yeah.
Exactly. I hear you. It was my challenge as well. And even sometimes I spend 45 minutes to tell you do that, and to welcome other people. Yeah, it is. I mean, all the process is challenging from A to Z, isn't it? All that 1 year. So do you want to add anything as a team? Otherwise, thank you very much for sharing your images and stories, and well done. And thank you, Maria, to be the part of the team, all conditions without any camera. Thank you so much.
This is also a challenge, not having the camera.
Well, exactly. And another layer of challenge. So thank you so much. And I pass again my colleague to Paul for the last group.
Thank you, Gamze. Third group. Are you ready to show your images? Great, we're ready when you are.
So we did 2 separate ones, but there was quite a bit of overlap. But yeah, I won't say any more than that. So do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll do my 3 images and then I'll hand it to you. So my first one was and my second. And my third. And then over to you.
Okay, so my first was, my second was, and finally,
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm.
David, was you also?
I wasn't with this group, but I was going to ask, could I see them again? Do you mind, please?
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing those. Any comments, thoughts, or reflections?
I was just going to say that it looks like a lot of, even when we're in different groups, the 3 images usually end up, the third one is just like, right, okay, acceptance or whatever you want, overwhelm or just giving up. So there's something of that element. We all seem to have that as our third one, which is, again, that just makes me feel like, because sometimes you feel bad for giving up or accepting it, but actually we're all in that same space of, well, what can I do? Like, so it's nice to see that. Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, with LaToyah's, I really got from the last image that you shared was the sense of loneliness that I don't think we've necessarily touched on, like that sense of, isolation and loneliness. That was really, really powerful in your one. Thanks. Yeah.
I also got a sense in Roots. I don't know if this is what it was, but it read to me like hope or anticipation or waiting. And I also thought, oh, I haven't seen that, but that's been true in my lockdown. Like maybe something, maybe it's going to change. Maybe I'm going to get that work. Maybe it's going to like something. And then this felt like so much distance from that. I don't know. In one chair, I was like, wow, it's really far from that first thing. So I was really struck by that.
I mean, yeah, you got that pretty right. I mean, do you want us to kind of say a bit more about it, or because I wasn't sure?
Please do.
So no, you're right. So my kind of arc was really about the homeschooling challenge, and I remember that a year ago there was a certain feeling of, yeah, we can do this. This is this is a challenge. We can do it. There was a certain amount of positivity in the air. And then I think the last 2 probably do speak for themselves.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and my one was, I guess, the stages of lockdown. Yeah, at the beginning, which I a bit reluctant to admit, but at the beginning there was a tiny bit of excitement, just because there was just this weird world that was going on. It was just, you know, what's going to happen next? It's just completely out of the norm. And then at the time I was, the second one alludes to, at the time I was living with an Italian flatmate. So we were receiving news 3 weeks in advance. So then I started hearing news about deaths happening all the time. So that really kind of hit home, that it wasn't like something that was quite exciting or, so it kind of hit home and really got to me. And then the third one is just, you know, submitting to that and just like, okay, this is it. And I give up. This is it. It's just not, there's no point fighting it. But I also mentioned to Ruth, is because I noticed like the similarities between us and also everyone else's. It's like we're going through, they say there's like 5 stages of grief. So we've kind of gone through the stages, and you know, the first bit is that kind of what's happening and confusion, disarray, and then you get to the kind of anger, shock, despair, depression, and then there is that kind of final acceptance of it, which is kind of what I kind of picked up with ours, and then also everyone here. Whether we're at the final stage, I don't know, but yeah.
Thanks, LaToyah. I think that's one of the really valuable and powerful aspects of coming together in this way, in this dramatic and creative setting, in that through the conversation we've had, we've ended up in a place where we're having, well, I'm certainly having a somewhat therapeutic encounter, and get sort of like think about my recent life experiences and feel the sense that I understand what expression you are making, and you're showing you've understood my expression. I suppose as well, to in terms of the fear of the oppressed method or way of working, what we would, I suppose, then move on to and tap on as well is thinking, okay, well, we've shared these particular life experiences that have affected us, and it's a lot of it has been about perhaps government policy and decisions that are made on behalf of the collective that we have some degree, often a limited degree of impact on. And then how do we then take that forward dramatically? What would we then work on next? What message would we want if we had policymakers with us now, people involved in, you know, from the health SAGE or the World Health Organization? What kind of would we want to express to them? And I suppose that's what would give it that other angle, that would bring it into the fear of the oppressed realm. Would that be right, Katie?
Yeah,
that's where we'd be heading in.
A beautiful expression of what we're doing and what we've been doing as a group to explore. And as folks have said before, if you're able to join us on Monday, I know Celeste, who was with us, had to go, but told me that she was going to be there on Monday. So if anyone else is able to join us on Monday at 3 p.m., we're going to do something like what Paul said. We're going to start with those human experiences, look at how we can all be creative and imaginative and try to change them, but we're actually going to have counselors from Islington Council. We're going to have folks from other parts of government or decision-making bodies there to actually help us move our ideas forward about how to respond to those things. And we're going to all be able to suggest different rules or strategies or policies. And this group and the other 4 folks from our cohort are going to not just perform that play, but lead us through that process. So we're really excited for that. And we're excited to have all of you and to have you joined us here today. So maybe we'll wrap up in a minute or two, but just wanted to open it up to everybody who joined us or anyone for any reflections. If you want to share a word or two, something that's sticking with you today, that would be great for us to hear. Something that was fun or something that was surprising or something that you think will stick with you.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you. And yeah, just it's really brought home to me how everyone's kind of been through similar kind of emotional reactions throughout this whole pandemic thing, and it's sort of been really nice in a way to, you know that you're not on your own in that. So thanks.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Maria. I see your message there. Yeah, Lisa.
I think one word that I would like to use is community, and that to reflect the fact that we were a community of people who were able to share and get a comfort in the knowledge of the fact that we're all sharing an experience in the same way. You know, when you're in lockdown by yourself, it can feel so daunting because you got no one to sort of talk to about the experiences, but from the theatre games. Oh, that's another thing as well. Thank you very much for bringing theatre games to Zoom. Hey, hey, theatre workshop. Yay, it's been a long while. Oh, I've missed you. So
Awesome.
thank you. Sarah.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm bringing the fun as well. And I will be there next week, Monday.
Amazing. Bringing the fun. Yes. All of that.
I'd like to say thank you, and that I'll be there Monday. And it's really nice meeting all of you. No, I've met Priyanka before, but it's nice to see new people as well. And you know, we're all traveling that journey in whichever way we do it. We're all going together. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you as well. I actually wasn't sure when I joined whether I was supposed to be here because I don't live in Islington. I live quite near Islington, but I'm not part of the borough, and I wasn't really sure if this was for people who were going to be being sort of potential future community leaders, or I just wasn't quite sure. I just heard about it on the Co-Creating Change Network, and I'm very committed to that way of working. So I was really interested, and then I initially felt quite like, oh no, am I the wrong person to be here? But everyone made it really welcoming, and I found it really valuable. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Anything else we want to toss in there before we close for today? These are.
Well, I would just like to say quickly, if that's okay, that thank you to all of you guys that have come, because this was our first workshop, so you can understand how nervous we were. And you guys have welcomed us and made us feel positive, and you've let us know that you've appreciated it. So thank you. Just thank you.
Yeah,
well, I hope to see you on Monday.
I second that. It's really nice to have strangers to practice on and all the work that we've been working on, just to see how it kind of works in the real world going forward with it. So thank you, for being a nice audience for us and participating in our activities.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we will wrap up there for now, but I'll just say, if you know of anyone who might want to come to the Legislative Theatre event on Monday who doesn't know about it yet, there's still spaces. They can sign up. Feel free to share. If you want to, tweet about how awesome the Union Chapel facilitators are, you absolutely can. I think you can use the hashtag #InUnion and Union Chapel UK. And I know that there'll be more, I think